Hi friends, welcome to SAP Administration Learning Platform. In the today's video, we will try to learn about troubleshoot the high CPU consumption on the HANA system. So I received multiple comments from the subscriber or the viewers that try to create video on the important topic that is the HANA database performance issue. So today we are going to learn about how to troubleshoot the high CPU consumption. So let's start for the today's learning. So the continuously high CPU consumption will lead to the system slowness, and that can be noticed while logging on the SAP application. We can also notice the slowness when we execute any query or the job on the SAP application. It's take a longer time to execute that job. As the database administrator or the SAP basis administrator, it's a primary job to continuously monitor the database and its services and the consumption of the system resources. So let's talk about the first step. If you observed the high CPU utilization on the HANA database, so the first step is to identify the exact issue. So basically HANA database is designed to use all the possible resources to perform the execution. So if the CPU usage is near to the 100% for query execution, it does not mean that there is a issue. It also does not automatically indicate the performance issue. We have multiple options to analyze the root cause of the issue. So the first option which help us to understand the issue, that is the alert. So these are the alert which indicate that there is the CPU issue. So whenever we found that alert in the alert monitoring, it's indicate that there is a CPU issue. So how we can find that alert? We can see in the alert tab in the summary. If you expand the summary, you can get the information about the high alert, and you can click on the all alerts and just in the filter add the word CPU. So in case if there is any alert related to CPU, that you can find here. So in our case, we can see the one alert was raised 4 weeks ago, which is related to this high CPU consumption, and the alert identify. So this way we can track the alert, and that alert help us to identify whether really there was the CPU issue on the database or not. Apart from the alert, we can also get more details on the overview tab. We can see one option, that is the CPU usage. So in the CPU usage we get much information about the CPU utilization. So the first CPU utilization is the database CPU usage. So basically here, which is 17, the number is 17, it indicates that the 17% the CPU utilization is happening from the database side, and the next option is the total CPU usage. This CPU usage is apart from the database. If any other process, OS level process, are using the CPU, that get counted in the total CPU usage. And the third option which indicates that the maximum CPU usage. So this way we get more details about the CPU utilization of the HANA system. Similarly, we can also get information from the load option, which is there on the performance tab. Under load option, we can see that the CPU utilization as per the time. This tab won't be available in the HANA Studio because the performance load graph no longer supported from the revision 2.3.28 of the HANA Studio. So in that case, we can find the same information on the SAP application by using the DBA cockpit transaction. In that transaction, you will get performance tab. Under performance, you will get the load history. So from that load history, we can clearly identify when the CPU utilization was high. These are the four options which will help us to identify or which indicate the CPU issue on the HANA database system. So first one is the alerts. So basically we have to go to the HANA Studio and then go to the alerts. In the alerts we can filter with the keyword CPU, and that way we will find the alerts those got raised for the high CPU utilization. The next one option which is available, that is the HANA Studio Overview tab. So in the Overview tab, we will get the information about the CPU utilization which is happening for the database as well as for the operating system processes. The one more option, that is the load, and the last one, that is the database view. So one of the important database view that we can use to track the CPU utilization of the HANA database, that is the host resource utilization statistics. We need to open the SQL console by selecting the system. So here we selected the system, that is the HDB. So remember that whenever you are going to run any query, first ensure that you select the right system for which you want to do the analysis or identify the issues. So you can press Control and spacebar to select the schema. So schema, I am selecting the sys underscore statistics and select star from the schema and the table name, and select that respective statement and click on execute. So here we can get the information related to the CPU utilization. Similarly, there are few other information you can get which will help you to identify issue related to the HANA system. So we can also create our own statement. Similarly, there are multiple statements, those are provided by the SAP. So you can download that statement from the SAP note 1969700. So under that SQL statement, you will get all the SQL statement related to the old version, similarly for the current versions. So what you have to do, you just have to add that statement under the system information. To get the SQL statement, we just have to type keywords here, like if I have to find something related to the threads, so I just need to type the threads and then select the SQL statement as per our current version. So in our case, the database version is 2.0 SP1. So if we see here that if we have to get the statistics records, then these are the versions available, that is the 2.0 SP4, 2.0 SP6, and this version is a 2.0 SP12. So we will select this SQL statement and then just right click on the SQL statement, open in the SQL console. Before execute that SQL statement, we must see what are the information provided under that statement and which information we will get after executing this statement. So if we scroll down, so we can see the example output. If we execute this command, then it will shows us, if for example if any background job is running on the application server, and that background job is running for nearly 30 minutes. So after executing this statement, you will get the information for this background job. So begin time will be when the background job is executed, and the end time will be like when the background job is going to finish. Similarly, to find out current status of job, we can see here the option A means it's provide the status. So N means not active, Y means the job is active. So that way you can find, like for example if any job executed on the system between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The user complained that on the 11 a.m. there was the slowness they observed. So to find that which job or the process impact the system, then you can run this query between that particular timeline. You have area which is modification section. Here you can specify the respective time. So how you can specify that time? So what you have to do? So begin time. So first will be the begin time. So as I said, we have to find the execution between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So the current time 3 p.m. Then C dash, then H is for the hours. So it's a 5 hours from 3 to 10. So we have to specify the 5 means C dash H means for hours, and then the 5 hours means this statement will take all the data those from the 10. So if we want a data till 12, then C dash H, then from 3 means 3 hours. So it will provide the data for that 2 hours. Let's execute that. So in our case there is no data available in the HANA database, so we won't get any result of this execution. But in your case, if you are troubleshooting something, you can go with this SQL statement. Similarly, you can specify the hash statement or the database user. If you know the DB user or the app user or the app name, application source, that information you can specify. It will take a lesser time because you are doing the filter as possible as filtering on the selection criteria. So similarly, if you just scroll down up, you can see here all the information related to the option those we have to. For example, if we if we have to provide the begin time, so for the begin time we can see here the C is for the set the begin time to the current time. So that is the option. And then if we are using the H means he, here we can see the set begin time to the current time minute 5 hours. Okay, so H will be for the 5. And if you want, like for example, before, like current time is the for example 3 p.m., so I want the data till 2:30 p.m. So what I will do, so I will the end time I will specify somewhere m30, so before 30 minutes. So that way you can you know uh, use this SQL statement to get the as possible as the output of this SQL statement. So this is just one example of the SQL statement. You can find multiple SQL statement here. So if I putting the CPU as a keyword, then I will get the details about the history of the CPU. So if I execute this statement, if there is any issue uh, which occurred on this system, then we will get the information about the uses. These are the important SQL statement or source to get the more details about the issues, or for troubleshooting standpoint we can use this SQL statement. Always remember, if you are trying to fix or troubleshoot or resolve any issue, try to segregate that issue into different stages. Like first of all, try to find that whether there was issue related to the CPU utilization or memory utilization on the system. To get that information, you can use this option. Which once the issue got identified, the next step will be analyze the issue. The third option will be resolve the issue. Once we identify the issue, we have to see that how we can fix that issue as soon as possible and take the system to the normal stage. The fourth option will be the action that we need to take to ensure that that issue won't repeat. These are the steps or the phases we need to follow to resolve the issue related to the HANA database performance, or related to the any application. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Click on the bell icon to get the notification about the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.